Hi everyone and welcome back to the channel, welcome back, and tonight we're going to be doing a little bit more of this flower, and I've got a tray available, yes guys, for the S section. So we've got quite a lot to get through tonight if I can remember everything, but yeah, let's crack on and get this started out, shall we? So we'll finish off doing the little bit that we worked on previously. I'm going to use my light today. Purely because I can't put light underneath the board, so it'll just sort of like, I don't know what the hell that is, it'll just sort of like give us a chance to test out the light. Now, it was a very emotional EastEnders this evening. They were playing, because obviously it's the day of Lola's funeral, so they were playing Forever Young, I wanna be forever young. And then right at the very end, they were playing like videos and stuff of Lola and the happy memories. And then the end credits was Jay sitting on Lola's bed. And then they played Forever Young, I wanna be forever young, as the credits were going up. And it was really, really sad to see it, and the way they portray it, because obviously they're only acting, but yeah, the way they cry on demand. And I think word has it that they put a piece of, whether it's true or not, but they put a piece of, a small slice of onion under their eye or something, like on the eyelid, to make them cry. But yeah, and then after that Waterloo Road came on, and wow, Waterloo Road was very, very cliffhanger mode, because they left it on a cliffhanger. So towards the end of the last sort of half an hour or so, they have Miles started to blow the place up with fire. Now obviously it's a controlled fire, so obviously not everything's going to be set alight. That's why on the bookshelf, I think it was paint pots or something like that, was set alight, and then it sort of moved around to the book, or the easel, whatever it was, and yeah, so they've left us on a cliffhanger whether Danny's, I think they said Danny died. Now the thing is, Danny has only just come back into it, so, and then they kill them off. So that's two killing off. Normally with soaps and dramas, you will find that if someone has a like a kill off storyline, the other soaps will basically copy. Coronation Street is very like that. They will copy whatever EastEnders does, or you know, they had a big train explosion thing, I think a couple of years back with EastEnders. And then next thing you know is Coronation Street decided to copy. So, but Coronation Street, I used to watch it in my younger teens, but I just find it so depressing. The theme tune is like da, 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 da. And as soon as you hear it, it's like, right, switch off, thank you, bye. And Gal Platt, whoever plays Gal Platt, and what's her name, Deirdre, or is it Gal's mum? Well, they've been in it longer than bloody probably Sharon and Ian, because Ian has been in EastEnders like ever since a kid. He's been probably the longest serving actor there. But EastEnders are having a big shake up at the moment. They're bringing back all like current actors and all sorts really, so yeah, it's pretty good. And then last night I was having a look at my contract, because with O2 I've got a contract called O2 Refresh, and what that means is I pay a set fee, I think it's like £3 something per month, and I can change my phone as much as I want. So I can change it, I don't think they do it on store, you have to do it in an O2 shop, or we've got one in the area, so that's, you know, ideal. And I've been looking at the iPhone 12, and then I saw they came up, because I'm signed up to their offer things, and they've sent me an offer for an iPhone 13. And I thought, oh, I don't know about that, because do I go for the 12? Because I've always had a passion for that iPhone 12 with the blue background on it. And then I thought, well, if they're offering me iPhone 13, that's like 2 grades up, so I might as well go for the 13. As far as I'm aware, it's the 13 Pro. And no, it's the 13. There's the 13 and 13 Pro, but I've gone for the 13. So I'm very excited about that. They send it with DPD, and it comes the next day, so it's going to be like Christmas tomorrow morning. You know what it's like when you get a new phone. You know, for the first day you're sort of playing on it and getting used to all the features, but it took about 2 hours just to put all the apps back on and transfer everything over onto that one. And you know, when it comes, I can do that. So it does take quite some time, but yeah, I'm looking forward to that. So yeah. And then I thought, shall I do a bit of this, shall I not? Because I really wanted to get some done, but it's been a really busy day. I sold something, and then I thought, well, I'll get it off now, and this was like at 6:30. I'll go off and drop it off at the lockers, and oh my god, these lockers were a nightmare. So I go to the first one outside Tesco in Market Street, and it said, sorry, the locker's full. But you know, with that one, it's always full. With Amazon, they will tell you if it's full, like before you say, like you want to send something to the locker because you're working that day, or you know you've got to go out somewhere. They will tell you before you order to that locker that it's full, but every and InPost don't. So every and InPost are linked, because one day I had to pick up a parcel from Temu, and it said your parcel's been delivered, but there was no code for me to pick it up. Well, it turns out that the code, once it's delivered, it scans as delivered with every, but then you have to jump over to the InPost app to get the code, because obviously InPost owns it, and every and InPost sort of share. If you send with InPost, it's Yodel that picks it up. So yeah, but every parcel coming so far has been there, turned up on time, and talking of which, I should have another one tomorrow, hopefully. Reason I say that is because you never know if they're going to go, sorry, we're trying to deliver today, but the locker's full. But they've been really good the last couple of weeks. They've always come on time and stuff. So yes, and I had to look at Temu, and they've combined 3 lots of separate orders into there again, and I'm like, why? It's really annoying, because I've just like got to get fed up with it, because obviously Temu has a £10 minimum spend thing, so obviously you have to, it's quite difficult to just like, if I wanted to just get like gadgets and then I see a painting, it's quite difficult, because if I want to get all paintings, I've then got to spend another tenner to get another order, if you get me. So yeah, so anyway, 6:30, I thought, well, I'll go up there, I'll quickly wrap it up, and I'll go and get that off. So that's that out of the way. I did that. Why do I keep picking that up? I knew I had one. It's right there, look. Doing this makes me think of Satsumas. Why do oranges have so many like names? There's oranges, clementines, Satsumas, Saturnines. Saturnine don't actually exist, it's just a nickname that I called it one day. I said, oh, can I have a Saturine? And she was like, what? And I meant tangerine, because obviously there's an orange called a tangerine. I don't know why they can't just call them all the same thing. And normally an orange is quite I can't believe we got on a subject about oranges. But normally an orange is quite bigger than a tangerine. Well, I thought she said Saturine, so I said, can I have a Saturine? And she's like, what? And kept laughing. And yeah, so anyway, then I ventured up to this first locker, and it said, sorry, the parcel's full, sorry, the locker's full. And I thought, oh, great, so I've got to go to the back of Sainsbury's, because the Sainsbury's one is quite big. So off I trotted to Sainsbury's and I found a cut through, which is near Cyprus Fish Bar, which is fish and chips, and I found a cut through up there rather than go right round the back and down, and went there and it said, sorry, we don't recognise the label or the code, because obviously when you get the label you have to scan it on the locker to get it in there or input it, but I normally just hold it up and it bleeps it. And so I thought, right, well I'll try putting it in a second time, but I'll input it this time, still won't have it. I tried like 4 times and it just would not have it, that the label was valid. It kept saying that the label weren't valid. So anyway, I thought, I've got one more go, so let's see if George Yard is open. With George Yard, that's where like the works is, Greggs, Car Factory, Poundland, what else have we got? B&M's, we've got, there's a department store, Quadrant, and I thought, oh, I don't know, because obviously George Yard at certain time of the day they've got big black gates that they lock the pre-sent in, and the locker is just round the corner from the pound shop, and I don't think there's a road that leads up to that without the gates being shut, but luckily the gates were still open, and I was like, great, so let's go to that one. So off I went to the third locker in the area, because that's the only ones that I know. There's one apparently in the forecourt in Braintree Motor Centre or something, but I don't know how to get to that. So this was like my last chance for that day, otherwise I would have had to inform the buyer, look, there's a delay, do you still want me to ship it or do you want a refund? So anyway, I was like, please work, because it's a big locker, and there's always like plenty of room, and I bleeped it and it was like, it accepted it, and I was like, yes, resolved. So I can only assume that the one that was at Sainsbury's was having some technical issues, but normally I don't really go out my way. I always go to like the first nearest one and then work my way to the second one if need be. But I was walking back after the Sainsbury's one and I was like, I don't really want, do I, you know, go home and wait until the next day? Because at the back of my mind I'm thinking, well, what if it's full the next day, you know? And then I thought, right, let me just quickly see if George Yard's one's open. And yeah, so I got that out of the way. And then I came back and quickly, I wanted to leave quite early so that I could get back for EastEnders. Got back and then put the pizza baguette in the oven. All over it is pizza, hence why I get called Pizza Boy. And then let's just do a bit up here because we've got this S colour out at the moment. There's a bit up there as well with the S just here. So then I got back and it was 7:10 and I thought, great, this pizza baguette will cook in like 10 minutes. So that was just perfect. And then it just came out the oven about 25 past and EastEnders was coming on. And I was like, yes, beat the clock, you know. So yeah, I was very happy with that. And yeah, so I've got to miss Waterloo Road now because obviously it's finished its term now. But obviously remember that I'm speaking in June of 2023 at the time of recording this. So obviously all what I'm saying is not going to make any sense by the time you see it because it would have already happened. But yeah, so I would have liked to have released this video earlier, but because obviously I like to keep flowers to the Chelsea Flower Show month, which is normally May and June, or is it May? But I normally tend to keep flowers to May time, but it just allows me to do a bit, you know, get this pre-recorded because I have got 2 other flowers that I'm working on. One came from the works and another one came from Haunting Going On with Angela's Life Journey, which you would have seen already. She very kindly bought me a painting off my wish list. So it's a shame that Temu doesn't have that because I think that would be quite useful for if people want to buy you a gift on Temu. So I think that would be quite nice. Hello. So yeah, it was pretty good. as I said, what I'll do is we'll free up some trays in a minute, because the J's going to finish, the S is going to finish, and then that will free up some slots, which I think we can work with H and green. I'd like to get some green in next. Oh my god, look at that. Now if that ain't a defect, what is? That has come out the S colour. That is that's the first time I've seen splinter like that. That's the wax of the drill, but there's been a malfunction there, so never use them, all the really tiny ones, you know. So wow, that's can't believe that. I've never seen that before. I mean, I'm used to seeing like you can get like spurs off here, or burrs, whatever they're called, where they've not come out the mould properly, but that must have been the first time. But yeah, I think after this I'm going to tackle one of my, because I recently got some Christmas paintings with Temu, which you would have seen already, but I think I might go down the route of doing some of the ones that have got the release paper on, because they've been in there for ages. I mean, I've got a hedgehog in there that I bought like probably 2 years ago, that because obviously the release paper is on it, I can't figure out what painting's what. So unless I look at the really small, you know, image at the top. So I was like, right, I'm going to start something after this, but yeah, so quite happy to do that, which is pretty good. So yeah, okay, so is that all the yes done? I think it is for that area. Got a few here, so we'll just sort that out. I want to be more sure than what I want to be more sure than not what, and ascertain that I've done all of them prior to, you know, to doing any of the. This is a lovely colour. It's like a big swirly lollipop in it. I bought one. There was a time back in, you know, school days. It was year 11. No, year 7. And we went to France. Now, obviously, when you go to France, you can get there and back in a day, because you go to Dover and then Calais, and then get a ferry over. So we all went there for a school trip, and we got to, part of the trip was to see a chocolate factory, and I bought a cat for €5. Now, obviously, in France, you have to use euros, and obviously, it can cost more with the conversion rate exchanging of it. So, yeah. And then I came back and tried to get my mum something, but there wasn't really nothing there, and I bought a teddy bear, which I still have to this day, because it's, you know, it's a memoir of when I went in year 7. And then we got on the coach and trying to understand what they're saying, because obviously it's in, you know, in French. So back then I didn't know how to speak French, but obviously the teachers sort of teach you how to speak French and that. And then obviously as time has gone on, one of my missions is to try and learn every language, because obviously across YouTube I'm broadcasting to probably the whole wide world. So obviously if I get any people that come on that is perhaps from a different country, I need to be able to speak in that language, because quite often I have to use Google Translator. So that's one of my missions, and that's one of the reasons why I do a bit of BSL as well. There's a company called Sense Sign School, and you donate, I think it's like £10 a month, and you get these, each month they teach you how to say a sentence or how to say a word. So I've just put K down by error. So anyway, we got on the coach, and one of my friends, Sophie, wanted to sell her a lollipop because she didn't really want it, it was still new, and I said, can I have it? And she goes, yeah, if you want. And I said, how much do you want for it? And she said €5, and it was, you know, quite a big lollipop. It was probably the circumference of a plate, but in that sort of swirly shape. And I thought that was a good deal. And obviously, once you've bought the because obviously English money has to be transferred into French money, and I don't think you can reverse it. So what I mean by that is I don't think you can reverse like French money back into English. So I think, you know, it was just easier to just give it to my friend and I buy the lollipop and then that uses it up, you know. So it was really, really good to do that. And then, yeah. But apart from that, I think we've spoke about quite a lot. So I'm looking forward. Tomorrow's going to be a good day because obviously if I get my Temu package, that'd be good. Plus it's payday and plus I'm getting my new phone. So it's like Christmas all in one. So tonight feels like Christmas Eve because I'll be getting, like, I've never been excited over a new phone. Like, I think most people get excited over that, you know, and I'll be interested to see what the charging's like, because there's this new regulation where for some apparent reason you don't get USB anymore. So what they do is they give you a double-ended plug like that. So if you haven't got a plug for that, I've then got to put that into the laptop to charge that. It's absolutely ridiculous. But apparently Apple has stopped putting plugs in or something. So, but I was watching a review, because I always like to watch reviews of new phones that I buy. I never do the research first, so I always like dive in, buy it, and then like research about the phone afterwards. And I was watching this guy, and apparently, I think it's the iPhone 12 mini, they've stopped producing because apparently there's like, the sales are really low. So, but apparently, I think it was iPhone 14, after iPhone 14, Apple sort of scrapped the iPhone and they've gone for like, is it them flip up phones that Samsung have got? But again, I've seen reviews on them and people are saying that they break because of the impact when you slap it down. So yeah, so I did get an offer for that and I was like, because obviously I'm a bit reluctant, because obviously if you do flip it really hard, then it's going to shatter the screen. So, but yeah, one of the phones that I used to have, which was an iPhone 8, which is the one that I'm recording on now, that phone has a battery issue, which is why I've always got this cable in it, because it says that your phone is significantly degraded, but it's okay for like using as like a spare and that. I'm a bit reluctant to use my new phone when it comes, because I don't really want to drain the battery constantly through filming and then it degrades it. So, but half the reason is I bought this iPhone 8 on Amazon for 118 quid. It was second hand, and I'm, you know, at the end of the day, I don't really care as long as it works. And it was a refurbished, but I have learned never ever go for refurbished phones, because the chances are they always give you a flat battery. And what I mean by that is the battery works, but it's always one that is significantly downgraded. And they give me £30 back for the battery, because I said, well, you know, you've sold me a phone that has a battery that is degraded. So it's a very delicate procedure. My mum's phone was even worse, because her battery, well, it was my sister's, but she gave it to her because her battery, the battery just, once it's so charged and charged and charged, it will just like eventually not turn on anymore. But you can replace it, but the amount of components to get behind it, because when you take an iPhone off, there's a ribbon cable under it, and if you snap that, you are going to look at more repairs. But I just find it's easier to repair it rather than pay out for a new phone. And that's one of the reasons why I like contracts, because I don't have to buy it outright. I'm like tied to like a 12-month contract, and this new one is, I think it's like they're charging me $39 a month, so it's not too bad. I mean, it could have been a little bit cheaper, but don't complain, I've got the phone I want. So yeah, I think, you know, it will be a restoration process for me, obviously once I've moved all the apps over and stuff, but But we've got pink there. It would have been nice to have a little pink vase. Talking of which, we got a pink leaf. So brilliant. Right, this is the fun part because we get to go and we get to double chuck. I'm just double chuck. How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? I don't know if that's right, but but yeah, this is the best bit because we've now got rid of J, so we can go and K as well. So boop, boop. So that'll be that. That'll be that. That'll be that. So I'm just going to take off these trays for the minute, and we'll hit another one up when we get to it. Because we're going to do this for like another sort of 20 minutes or so, not quite the hour today because it's getting late and I need to go to bed. So just get rid of the J colour here. But yeah, this is the fun part, is seeing all this, the trays, you know, being freed up. That's, you know, giving us 2 more extra trays, or, you know, however many more for another painting. So I'm just checking as well as S, because we've got a few S's that cropped up. It's bound to be one that catches me out, like up there, see? But we had a letter today. They're doing, something's gone wrong with them, an inspection chamber or something. So we've had a letter to say that they've got to do roadworks, which is kind of be great. So I don't really want to listen to that all through the night. And there was something going on about 2 o'clock last night in the morning, because there was these big lorries doing some sort of, it looked like they were doing roadworks or something. So yeah, so that's 3 trays done now. Brilliant. So I think what I'd like to do now is let's just try and do what we got. We've got E and F, haven't we? So let's do this bit here because that needs filling. There's a bit round here as well. So let's do the E first. I like to work on one colour at a time. So yeah, let's do a bit of that next. But that's just brilliant, and I'm hoping the chicken will be finished soon because you know, I would like to. That's what's nice about working on several paintings at once. I've probably got about 9 on the go because you get a little bit done on each. Is that F? No. So you just get a little bit done on each, and it's just get a bit of my drink. Never drink black tea, it's bloody vile. But I didn't have any milk, and I was like, I can't be asked to go back out. Because you know when you've been out once and then you're like, damn, I forgot something, you know? I'm the type of person that once I've got back in, I'm not going back out again unless I really need to, you know? And I can, you know, go overnight quite happily without milk. It just tastes horrible without milk in it. Now, some people actually drink tea with no milk. So, but I've always found that it gives me a headache. So, yeah. Okay, so that's that one. So, yes, it'll be like Christmas tomorrow, and it's. I'm looking forward to my Temu haul because I've ordered these pants, and they're like, they've got, you know, the Fruit Loop cereal. They've got Fruit Loop. They've got, what is this one? E. Oh. They're Fruit Loop. I'll show you in a minute, but let's see if I can get it. Let me see if I can get them a minute because they were in the wash. But I don't know if I've showed you these in an unboxing, but they're lovely pants, and they have. There's all sorts of different ones. As you can see, there's Pringles, so you get the Pringles ones, and there's like a little face of the Pringle there, but they're just so lovely. So I got these Fruit Loop ones, and Fruit Loop is a type of cereal in the US, I think. Don't think the UK can get that, but I've seen them on Amazon, and they've been like probably £12 something, because there's an Oreo cereal I like to try, and that's like £12 something as well. So yeah, but yeah, what I love working with this pen as well is it's nice and chunky, you know, it's really beautiful. So I should have 3 paintings tomorrow with my pants or boxers, and then obviously some other bits and bobs that are non-diamond painting related. So I've got this cactus pen, it's so groovy, and it's a cactus. The pen's in the shape of a cactus, but the lid is a plant pot. So when that comes, I will show you guys. Look at that, Jay, you naughty git. Oh no, we've got to go diving. Look, which colour is it? Is it that dark orange one? If it is, no. What colour's Jay? Quick, K? It's that one in the middle. I bet it is. It's probably that one in it. Oh man. Damn. Why? Let me see if I can get it. Quick. Where is it? That one there, yeah. So it's this. Yeah, it's that orangey one. So I think I've got one spare, which can go there. See? And I didn't have to drill down. But I checked that. How can I miss that? But yeah, I don't know. I do love the grip of these pens. And then, as I said, you do get. There's this comes off like that, and you get 2 little AA batteries. I always buy the Amazon rechargeable ones, because I'm fed up with keep buying batteries, and then pound ones are crap. They hardly last because they've only filled up. It's a con really, because they only fill them up halfway. However, I've actually discovered there's a Poundland shop. It's called poundshop.com or poundshop.co.uk. So I might be doing that. And I found another shop called everythingisfivepound.com. Yeah. So I'm going to give that a go, because when I was having a browse on Temu, it came up with a offer saying something to do with, because there's adverts on there, and it said everything5pound.com, and I was like, really? Wow. But is it really £5? Because, you know, look at the pound shop, you know, it's supposed to be a pound shop, yet they charge things for like £1.25 and stuff, so how is it a pound shop? You know, they need to change that, and I swear I've just put all that down wrong. Oh dear. Right. Persevere, Mike, persevere. Sound like Catherine Tate then. You know where she goes? Right, E. I'm sure that was right, but I'm getting very confused now. That's E, yeah, so that's an F. It's the trouble when you've got loads of different pinks. Okay, so then I might do, this is looking so 3D and spectacular. But there's another one there, not a, oh no. I'll do that. Remind me of this one there, and I'll have to, oh, found it. Haha, bingo. So yeah. So when I belch, I like to make a noise. My friend used to do a dolphin noise, but his name was Luke, and he can't do it anymore. So just gonna divert to this little. Actually, no, we'll do up there for next. When she was just a boy, she ran out with the world. Paradise. Every time she closed her eyes. I do love Coldplay. My favourite one is obviously Paradise. I do love the Sky Full of Stars one as well, where it goes, 'cause she's a sky full of stars. I literally am very enjoying this painting. And I'll have to have a look, because Craft Buddy has quite a good range of products. Still need to get that Paddington bed, because Liz, Scott Dog House and Crafts, on her channel she'll sometimes give you discount codes and stuff, and I know Wells 15 is one, but I'm not sure if it's, look, we've got Italy, because did you know Italy is actually shaped in a boat shape on the map? But look, we've spelled the letter L if you turn it like that. L. Plunge. I love Miranda Hart, she's so funny, because there's I don't know what episode on it, but there's an episode where she goes plunge and her mum always goes, such fun. Oh yeah, with that Flintstones, meet the Flintstones, every yabba dabba doo da day, oh yay. But oh my god, yeah, the Flintstones, I've got to do that. I've seen a Diamond Art one, Diamond Art Club one from, that is the Flintstones, but OMG, so good. I just wish they would reduce their prices, because like, it's okay if you live in America, but for people that are abroad like me in the UK, I have a bloody £17 delivery charge for them, and it's rather annoying. So I just wish that, I mean, because they've got these pens on there as well, and they're $14.99, and to get that I'm probably going to have to pay like 17 quid on top for postage, but it is what it is. You do what you want, you bite your tongue on it when you want something so bad. So what you want is me, but you need to see me in a brand new LA. Oh my god, you guys, looks like Elle's gonna win the prize. This one qualifies. Oh my god, you guys, oh my god, this is happening. What you want. Sorry, I love the songs in Legally Blonde. I actually have a friend called Wade. His name's Wade, and I was like, what does that mean? So I didn't know what, whether it was a character, and he said no, that's his name. But yeah, he's a director now, so he directs like shows and stuff, so pretty good. So yeah, 3 special treats. Payday, number 1. I mean, everyone loves Payday. And then, what was the other thing? Picking up the Every Locker. But I think the best bit is the phone, definitely. I'm really pleased with freed up 3 trays though, because I'm going to probably allocate that to some of, obviously for these colours, but I will need these pretty soon for some other of the paintings that work, and probably the beach one that I'm doing. When she was just a girl, she went out with a room. People have often said that I need to go to the ensemble, which is, an ensemble is basically like a casting show. I used to be in a choir when we did Will Young. Eyes like a sunrise, like a rainbow down my soul. And I wonder why you look at me like that. What you thinking, what's behind? Don't tell me how it feels like. Oh, I don't wanna take it from me. Make it last forever. It's called Eyes Like a no, I think it's, yeah, Eyes or something like that. But another one that I like from Will Young is the one that goes, we feel joy. La, 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 we feel joy. It's called Joy. My mum loves that song. What you want? I need a fried bacon sandwich. For God's sake. You can tell I'm getting tired. A fried bacon sandwich, yeah, because that really goes. No, I really fancy, back in the day at Morrison's Cafe, because they've got cafe in our one, and we always used to go there on a Saturday and have a bacon and mushroom toasted sandwich. Oh, it was heaven. Absolutely gorgeous. And we used to get our little pot of tea, and then we get dessert, chocolate fudge cake, and then we do all the shopping. And in Morrison's, you've got a cupboard for the trolley, so you open it up, put the trolley in, it connects onto a chain thing that you have to put £1 in to get it to lock into it. And yeah, so let's do it down here now. So we've got a few little bits down this little leaf that we've got to do, but yeah, I think we'll finish this bit and call it a session on that, because that'll give me half an hour to just finish the washing up, and then I can head to the Land of Nod, which I'll probably watch a bit of TikTok first, because I love watching ASMR. ASMR is where they've got like trays and they might go, or they might tap it like, you know, it's basically to make you fall asleep. So, and some are really good, but some I've seen are so good that they make me fall asleep so quick. And apparently you get these things called tingles or something. So, but oh man, I could be an ASMR artist. I'm looking into doing that. I would love to do that sort of thing, you know. But can I just say thanks to all the new subscribers recently. I can't believe how much this channel has sort of took off. It's you know, it's just escalated through the roof of new subs, and I am humbly appreciative for that. So thank you ever so much. And you know, even if, you know, for taking the time out of your day to watch the videos, support the channel, like it, you know, and share it, and it just really does mean a lot, really. But on that note, guys, we really must finish. My brand new pen from my secret admirer. But yeah, I'm really enjoying this, and I think what's lovely about this session is we've freed up 3 trays, which is great. But really enjoying that. So please remember to like, share, subscribe, tap the bell if you want to be notified for all the videos I do, and I will see you again soon for another session of this fantastic painting. If you want to get it for yourself, it is available through Craft Buddy, but as I said, I got mine through Vinted. I don't know if they sell these frames anymore on that, but until then, we're getting very close to putting it in the frame, and I can't wait to do that. You can obviously put it in the frame while you do it, but I like to work it on a flat surface while I do it. But yeah, it's looking really lovely, and I think once we get this red and green, it's really going to sort of bring out them brighter colours quite sharply. But anyway, have a lovely evening, take care, and I'll catch you later.